Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a cool reading, Sagittarius. Yes, we do. It's my prediction, right? And today, Sagittarius, I have pulled these cards already because, the tarot, usually the oracle spread is already here, but the tarot spread is usually spontaneous. But today I'm using a different deck that I've had for a long time that I don't use, but it's a very cool deck. And so I wanted to see what cards have come up here because I'm still, getting a little familiar with this deck. And before we actually begin, if you want a free 5-minute psychic reading, you may always get one. The link is below. And that is with Mystic Sense. Yeah. And with me, you can get a reading. The calendar link is below. I have psychic readings, tarot readings, and you can get a combination. You may. And just sign up. And please don't sign up for a next day because that's not going to work. No. For today, I would sign up. If you're going to sign up today, sign up for Monday and forward. Yeah. And also, those are a lot of fun, Sagittarius. They are. And most of them are done on the phone. Unless you have to have a video, right? But they're super fun. Yeah. The psychic. And you get different insight from the psychic as opposed to the tarot. So this is why I recommend both. Okay, let's get going here. And with our oracle spread here, which is really beautiful, we start with the Ace of Cups. And it's the cornucopia. It is, and which is, the abundance, right? The kind of the horn of plenty. That's really what it is. They used to have the horn of plenty after the rainbow. They did, and for the kids, they did. But this horn of plenty is sitting here. We don't really need the rainbow. No, we don't. But it's very beautiful here. And this is making your dreams come true in love. It basically is. And we have the King and the Queen of Wands. And they're showing this. I'm not sure if he's I think he's a businessman. And he is here. He's like in India, it looks like for me, the way he's dressed here. And kind of a nice looking brown man here he is. And here's the queen, and she's reversed. Yeah, and this queen is reversed, and this king over here basically talks about somebody who is kind of respected. And let's have a look at that King of Wands here. The king, an honest man, committed, important, and indulgent, can help you achieve your dream. Trust him. Somebody wants you to trust them because here's Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. Yeah, they want you to trust them that they're not going to wake you up, Sagittarius. Are you a grouchy sleeper? Right? I don't like to be woken up. And so, with this king here is the queen now, and the queen is the confidante, right? Or confidente, or it's somebody that you can trust as well, because this other is an honest man. But this is somebody who's reliable and sincere. It says, exploit the sense of logic and common sense you are gifted with to move even closer to your dream. I feel like they didn't trust you, Sagittarius. That's why you're reversed here. You could be the man or the woman. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we're not here to talk about that stuff. No. Even though there's a simple answer to all that. Yeah, there is. But, this is somebody who either didn't trust you or didn't appreciate you. Something like that, right? Here's a Queen of Wands. Sleeping Beauty next to the Queen of Wands. And we have the Nine of Cups here, and he's the genie, right? He's a genie who, makes your wish come true, right? I'm at your command, right? What would you like? And so here he is, and the 9 cups are in front of him, and he has just appeared. He has made these cups appear. Somebody wants to bring you your wish come true, Sagittarius. That's it. Yeah, with the genie here, right? And that's what they're trying to do here, but it is clearly showing that they either didn't trust you or you didn't trust them, something like that, or appreciate, right? And honestly, they are very similar, trust and appreciation. Because if you appreciate somebody, you typically trust them. And if you trust them, you will most likely appreciate them. I hope so, in this crazy world, right? Here's a 9 of Cups with the genie, and here is the 2 of Wands with it. And we see the man appreciating the bird, right? So, he's tied to this, he's tied here to these wands, and this is kind of a trip here. He's a happy guy though, which is interesting, right? Because he's tied. He looks like he's happy, but it's not clear. It's a side view, but he's holding the bird here, and this can be about communication, possibly. I think it is really the way I believe is going on here, Sagittarius, is that this he looks like a page kind of, but this man who's sitting there tied to these two wands, he has a dream. He has a dream here, and he's looking at the bird, like, help me fly, help me get my bird, unchain, not my bird, my wish, unchain me here or untie me, right? Really interesting here. I feel like somebody's coming to kind of like rescue you. And you could be saying, I don't need to be rescued because, Sagittarians are, we're just too tough sometimes, right? But, right? Maybe you said, I'll do the rescuing, right? I'm not doing any rescuing over here, but, I'll lend a hand, but I'm not rescuing anybody, right? My point about it is that I feel like somebody's bringing you their wish, bringing you a wish, and there is some type of a rescue here. Maybe they're rescuing themselves from some sad life without you. But when we see Sleeping Beauty, she has to be rescued by her prince, right? She has to be rescued, all right, by maybe her princess, all right? But the point about it is that she's waiting for her love, her knight in shining armor. And here is the hand reaching the other little hand. So, maybe you're waiting for this, but this hand has not entirely like grabbed this other hand. There's a new cycle coming. They're showing the moon here, the crescent moon, maybe when it is a full moon. But she's lying in the glass case, very beautiful, sleeping. And yeah, and all the roses are around her, and so are all the thorns, right? This is like the thicket here. So with every rose comes a thorn. That's how life is, right? You guys ever see that movie Moonstruck? And the mother, Olympia Dukakis, asks Cher, she goes, do you love him? And she goes, yeah. And she goes, I love him awful. And she goes, oh, that's too bad. Because when you love him, I don't know, they take advantage of you or something like that, right? She goes, it was just funny. She goes, do you love him? She goes, yeah. And she goes, yeah, I love him awful, something like that. And yeah, and that's how love is really. But of course, because we become more vulnerable. But somebody loves you here and they want to come. I feel like they just want to come get you, right? Six of Pentacles starting out. And, we know with this card, Sagittarius, that we know that right here, it's an act of kindness here. It is. And this is the overall energy here. This is sharing. He's giving these two girls here who are very hungry and thirsty, cake and just something here, right? Bread and whatever. But here is the cornucopia, which can talk about food right here. But I feel like this is sharing, and sharing something that is very nurturing or nourishing, both. So this is about somebody who wants to come and share with you, Sagittarius, or give and take, and all this kind of stuff, right? Yeah, they do. Now the Seven of Swords is beside it, and the man's walking away from the fire, and he's looking back. He's taking all his swords, and here is the wolf stays alone. The wolf is staying here. So when we see the wolf indicates a great calling in the oracle, right? So he's here, unless your person has a wolf type of dog, Sagittarius, right? I mean, that's a possibility here. But, just saying here, like a Alaskan Husky or whatever. But this wolf stays here next to the fire, and there's one sword left. Your person or you is leaving something behind that they feel like is no longer a great calling. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. Just like when something is calling on you, it is a great calling, right? When you have to go do something in life, you go, I'm just calling me. It's like, Fate's calling me to go there, right? Okay, so somebody here is walking away from something here, and here's the devil, and this has to do with this person may be chained or you are. Yeah, this is the ugliest devil I've ever seen. Yeah, it is. And it's causing pain and misery, this chaining, because I can't show you the man because he's not dressed here, but he's very unhealthy in this. He's very unhealthy, and the woman sits over here chained, and she's not unhealthy, but she is, chained, and yeah. Somebody could be suffering here without your love. It's a possibility, definitely. We have the magician here, and in the past, Sagittarius, there was magic. Because if you can see the cards, they're a little bit dark, and the artwork, I like the artwork, it's great, it's intricate, but they're harder to see because of, the lighting, not the lighting, but the cards themselves, kind of, right? But he's standing in front of these kind of, he has the altar here behind him, and wow, it's really interesting. It almost looks like a snake has come out of a snake. Yeah, like a new life here for sure. But he's very happy. He goes, I just performed magic, or this was like very magical to somebody in the past. What's on your mind, Sagittarius? We have judgment reversed. And we have to cover this because it's you can see a little bit. I hope I don't get dinged here because of it. No. And yeah, and so this card, Sagittarius, is, this woman here on this, judgment is being done to this woman, and there's somebody under her crying, and who is being kind of basically cooked in this pot, in this cauldron. Yeah, this is a different type of judgment here. But one person is receiving judgment here, like almost like a rebirth, and the other person is suffering here. There's some type of an ending in this reading. Yeah, and there's some type of a lesson being learned with judgment. Maybe somebody had to deal with a harsh judgment. And it doesn't have to be necessarily somebody like saying, I'd, kind of like go to hell or something like that. It doesn't have to be that. It can just be a suffering, like a solitary suffering, right? Where you realize, because with judgment, we see rebirth, but we see an awakening, and we always see wisdom with judgment. It's like a suffering. Sometimes it's a suffering with death and rebirth. But with any suffering, we always, and this woman's suffering here, she's in the cauldron. But my point about it is, with suffering comes wisdom. That's just how life is, right? Even when your little kid goes to school, and, we don't want kids to suffer. No, heck no. But, even when you're young and you learn like a hard lesson, there's always a little bit of suffering in it, right? You might go home and cry, right? So we have the Ace of Wands. It sits in the near future. It's very beautiful. It is. And and here are all the bright sun rays in the back. The Two of Cups is reversed in your concern, Sagittarius. You could be broken up with this person. You could. Yeah. And I feel like you want this, in this reading, it looks like somebody wants peace. That's how it looks here. And in your environment is the Empress. And she doesn't look so sure of herself, but she's standing in her power. She's holding her shield. She's standing in the beautiful meadow. Her bull is here, denoting money. This is like a Taurus, Venus energy here. Money and stability. And she looks like she's going somewhere, right? And she's looking back almost like, am I going to get what I want? Basically. Am I going to fill my meadow with everything that I need? There's a need in this reading as well. So over here we have showing up as the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And, Sagittarius, we see the Queen of Wands up here, but this may be you. Looks like this Cuban girl that I used to, that I knew a long time ago. Yeah, it does the same face. And here's the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So, the Queen of Swords talks about basically her power and her wisdom and, because of her intellect. And here's the Queen of Cups sitting here with her kind of emotional wisdom, right? Uh, it really does. Or, intuition, intuitive wisdom. You can call it intuitive wisdom if you want. But these can simply be two women. And we have the Five of Cups with it. And he's performing a ritual. You can't see who it is. In the black cloak, here is the waterfall. He's doing it by the water because he wants this to be effective, basically, right, with the energy. The 3 cups are spilled. He's holding 2 cups. There's an ending here, a sad ending in this reading. But it's like it has to be done. It's being performed. It's like you could be saying, God, it sounds terrible, right? But, there's also a major judgment here. Somebody suffered because of this ending. And your overall energy is a new beginning here. The Ace of Cups, Sagittarius. In the near future is the Ace of Wands. And the Four of Wands is here in the outcome. And we see these two women here, and, they're facing each other. And they're tied up. They're either, their hands are tied to one another, kind of. And they're happy. And they're celebrating. And, this is stability. Here's the bird here on top. Could be bringing news. I feel like somebody wants to bring you news of a celebration. And that they see you as an equal here. These two women here, here's the beautiful woman looking over at this other beautiful woman. And, this is like, we're equals. We're equals, honey. Here's another bird here. There's a bird on each side. The bird has come with the ribbon. And the ribbon talks about a celebration. And they are looking at each other with admiration and respect. And this is what we have here. This man is giving to these women here, but he's doing it with respect and kindness. Somebody is coming here to be respectful and kind. They are. And where are those cards here? So we have 3 cards for your person to start the extended Sagittarius. And the first card we have is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And and for sure. And crossing your person is a win-win outcome is forecast. The full moon in Libra. So we know Libra is about balance and harmony and fairness. And well-being, right? So this is what your person here, this sits in the crossing energy, which means that they may not understand if there's going to be a win-win outcome. This is what they want, but this could be challenging them because it sits in the crossing energy. So here they are with a lot of hope here, but she looks sad here, like, oh God, like stay positive, right? I really want to return to Sagittarius. Anticipation, bright prospects, and wish. Now she's sitting there with her candle, and here are the 2 skulls behind her, right? She's supposed to be a vampire, Sagittarius. Are they a vampire? Maybe when they kiss, it's like a suck, right? We're going to end this reading, Sagittarius. We're going to go to the extended. They're all super affordable. I have the link below. We're going to have a 10-card oracle and a 10-card oracle and a 10-card tarot spread on them. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. And it is. Thank you so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.